Welcome to episode 60 of Instant Expertise Marketing. It is always an honor to have you listening in. Today, Sherry and I would specifically wanted to share why marketing offers hold the key to campaign success and how they're easier to develop than you might think, especially if you've already nailed your value proposition. I'm Yvette Brown, co-founder of X Promos. I became an entrepreneur at 23 by starting a promotions agency with my then 29-year-old business partner, Sherry Nomadi.
And I'm Sherry Nomadi. You know, Yvette and I approach business from very opposite ends of the spectrum, always. And yet we always come to the same conclusions on how to help our clients succeed. Now, marketing offers and value propositions go hand in hand, believe it or not, even though a few of those marketers out there really realize that. A solid value proposition outlines what value your brand brings specifically to your ideal customer persona. And it clearly states what your unique selling proposition is to them.
And that's the thing, is once you've nailed your value prop, you need to get that message out to your potential customers in your target audience. And that's where your content and marketing offer comes in. And honestly, that's where many companies fail. Mm-hmm. You see, by creating a marketing offer that resonates, that means that you are connecting your value proposition statement to every ICP at every step of the customer journey.
It is that every step part that most marketers ignore. Let's face it.
Yep. It's the hard part.
Yeah, it's so true. And our experience is that marketing offers often are an afterthought in a very complex campaign. Yet they hold the immense power because it is actually their ability to get your audience's attention and, most importantly, to get them to take the action you're asking.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is when you craft an offer strategically, what you're actually doing is spinning your value proposition in a way that connects with your target market, where they're at specifically, like I said, in the customer journey, while you are also repelling those who are not your ideal customers.
Exactly. And now more than ever, it's really important for your content and your offers to be discoverable by your ideal customer personas, no matter where they are in their customer journey.
And why is it so important? Well, because survey says now that B2B prospects on average are more than halfway down their decision path before they will ever even visit your website. Of course, all of us would rather lead them down from the very start of their journey, but instead, they're doing it on their own. They are researching and they're consuming content on their own. So if you want to be able to help them from afar, you had better be delivering offers that help guide them to that next action step along with the helpful content.
Exactly. And as I recall, that report from Think with Google, it noted that on average, prospects are completing an average of 12 searches.
Yeah, you're right, Sherry. And that's before they even get to your website. And, you know, my favorite quote from the Think with Google study is, customer learning is happening all the time, and it does not coincide with your campaign calendar.
Yep. And the point being that once you stop trying to control your prospect's journey, you can actually start focusing on meeting them where they're at in the journey. And that way you can deliver some really compelling content and offers that will align with your value proposition. And then that lets them find you.
Yep, that's really it. Let them find you. And, you know, part of that compelling content that Sherry is talking about is making sure that your content aligns with the stage of customer journey that they're at. A common marketing mistake that we see is having the offer not match the content. Like, for instance, you get a piece of content that is clearly designed for the awareness stage, like when they're first getting to know you or see what the options are in your space or whatever it is. But the offer from the brand is for a free trial. Okay. That is not appropriate until they are hitting the middle of the funnel.
Yeah, that's never going to work. Instead, you should look to creating engaging content like interactive assessments like, hey, how do I know if my problem needs fixing? Or a quick problem fixing checklist, or even a webinar that would address a key pain point.
You know what? Those are all great suggestions. Really good ideas from you, Sherry, today. And I've got another one. Okay.
What is it?
Here's a simple way to support your value proposition. And this is one that we've used successfully all along the customer journey for 30 years. Okay. It's going to be a big one. Here we go. Use a promotional item to reinforce your message.
What? We know that. I mean, it sounds kind of unsophisticated and simple, but in reality, it is very simple and very elegant.
Mm-hmm.
The key is to choose a promotional item that supports your value prop and will appeal to your target audience.
And if you listened into the last couple episodes, we actually discussed how we use trending gadgets from CES to help reinforce our clients' value propositions. When done strategically, the results usually over-deliver. I'm talking like 150 to 200% over goal, sales goals that hit 300 and 400%. Those are kind of, results may vary, but that's not uncommon for the type of programs that we do.
Here's a quick example, guys. If your value prop includes benefits around clarity, then you could send Peeps eyeglass wipes as a promotional item. They're a very high value item. They were used by NASA, which really adds to the value of the borrowed interest from that brand. And the prospect is likely to remember you and your message every time they wipe off the lenses because it becomes crystal clear. Get it?
Exactly. And that really is a great example, Sherry. And for what it's worth, to Sherry's point, Peeps really do work. Okay. Now, of course, you probably can't just afford to mail Peeps to everyone, but I bet you B2B marketers that have an ABM program can, especially if your ABM pyramid is built properly with a reasonable number of targets.
And of course, you could also only use Peeps to prospects that are taking action that's valuable to you, like completing an assessment or otherwise hitting your lead scoring threshold with them. Or you could use them at a trade show or special events.
Now, just to be clear, this is not a pitch for Peeps, nor are we a Peeps endorser, or are we getting any financial gain out of talking about Peeps. However, the reason we're talking about it is because it's an example of how you can use a useful promotional item and use it integrated into your marketing offer. And the reason it works is because it as using the Peeps as an example, it reinforces your value proposition and it's of interest and some use to your ICP.
And Yvette, don't forget that it's all without breaking the budget.
Very
and remember,
true.
the key is in the messaging.
Mm-hmm.
This is where compelling copy comes in. It's the bridge that gaps between clarity and your value prop, and the Peeps wipes for your glasses.
Yeah, exactly. So, you can have any promotional item, but what you want to do with your copy is bridge that gap to why you sent them this random item and how it relates back to your value proposition. And that's really the key, is you're just really using the promotional item as a prop of sorts to reinforce that message. And so that's really today's big takeaway, okay? Your campaigns and your marketing strategies can fail to drive conversions if you do not ensure that you're creating compelling offers with every single piece of content or touch points.
And compelling offers Even these little tokens to your most valuable prospects help them to know, like, and trust you. And in the long sales cycle, a small token helps add up to a big win without breaking the bank.
Absolutely true. Because getting your marketing offer right is so essential to marketing campaign success. And that's really why we're making it a focus for us this year. We're going to continue to share our best strategies for creating call to action offers that convert. And you can come back and hear us talk about it or read about it all of 2023.
So subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss any episodes.
And also, go ahead and download our free offer, which are quick fixes that can repair the current offers you have. And while you're making those work, you can work on making your other offers better and start replacing them over time. And you can look for a link in the show notes for that.
Thanks again for listening, and we'll be back soon.